So we just saw Companion, which I have to describe as simply a super fun movie. I went into this movie knowing absolutely nothing about it. It has been advertised to me almost exclusively on my YouTube account, but every single time I just skip it, having just known that it is a girl that kills her boyfriend. And so I always kind of assume to be a horror movie or some sort of a thriller. But to give a extremely loose spoiler, if you've seen the trailer, it's not a spoiler at all, but this girl is a robot. And the movie plays with these concepts of robotics and consciousness and intelligence and artificial intelligence in a really fun way. And I have to say that if you are a fan of iRobot and the concepts played with in iRobot, I think this movie is sort of an amendment to the concepts around the laws of robotics, but in a different packaging. It also has a lot of really cool themes that I felt very reminiscent to Poor Things, if you've seen that movie, about possession of women being used as sexual objects, and just the sexuality and intelligence and individuality of women in general. It's hard to go into the things that I liked a lot about this movie in terms of its concepts without giving too much away for the movie, but I think it turns the typical genre of robotics and kind of this hyper artificial intelligence genre. The typical play is that the robots are the enemy and they are the antagonist, but this movie kind of flips that concept on its head and makes the humans the antagonist and the robots the victim, sort of, and it balances back and forth and kind of grays out that area between good and evil, between the creation and the creator. From a filmmaking perspective, the tone has a beautiful balance between comedy and thriller. There's a lot of really funny moments, and even some of the very intense moments come off as very funny, and it's this very playful balance that I think makes the movie very enjoyable to watch and just kind of a good time throughout the whole thing. I guess my ultimate takeaway is that it is definitely a movie worth watching. I think it is coming at a very beautiful time in this sort of blossoming of the concepts of artificial intelligence in a very real way. And it has a few touchstones on the consumerism aspects of artificial intelligence. So overall, the execution, the movie itself, the creation, I would give maybe a 6 or a 7 out of 10, but the concepts within it, I would say almost are like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. This is a movie that I do see myself rewatching eventually, not anytime necessarily soon, but I already know without having a few days pass that this is a movie that I will think about a lot. Again, this is an awkward one to give a review on because I don't want to give anything away. And I think maybe that is why I didn't connect with the trailer as much, because for this particular movie, you just gotta see it. You gotta see it. So I think it's worth seeing in theaters. I think it's definitely worth watching, streaming, and check it out. Companion. I think overall, solid 7 out of 10. Yeah, 7 out of 10.